Flippin' Fantastic Podcast, episode 4. I'm Alicia Linkpicker, and
And
I'm
I'm
here with...
Mo87 official. How y'all doing today?
It's Tuesday. Well, this will be coming out on Friday.
Yeah.
Hopefully Friday will be going better.
Yeah. I know. I hope you have a better weekend next weekend than I had this weekend. Well, you had a good weekend. I had a crap weekend.
I had a really just low-key weekend. I didn't do much.
Yeah.
Didn't leave.
I went away and turned around and came back.
Maybe you'll get another chance here soon, hopefully, to have another vacation.
I hope so. Well, we are going away my son's spring break, so you better not it again then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess.
Oh, man.
I'm going to have to beep that. I'll bleep it. You can't say it or you get all. Yeah.
She's cursing over here.
He has the disease that should not be named on YouTube. I mean, he's fine. He's just tired. But you can't leave him with the old folks and the permanently sick. What's that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I was going to say, come tie into the topic today.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say today we're going to talk about our reseller bucket list. Or try to.
Yeah.
Because right now I can't think of a lot. I have a few things here, but...
What would you like to find for cheap at the thrift? I mean, because you can buy these on eBay. And you can... find them at some of the stuff I want. I could go to an antique store, but I want to find them cheap.
Well, I know that you just found a glassy baby, and that is on my reseller bucket list because I've never found one.
Here it is.
So, is it a drinking glass or is it like a candle holder?
No, they're candle holders made they're made in I don't know, Norway or something. I don't know. I don't know that much about them, except that people are like glassy baby on so many people collect them, and so they go for a lot, especially colors that are discontinued. So I was doing a little research. I'm still not sure what color this is. By the way, I only paid $2.99 for it. I mean, depending on what color it is, it could be anywhere from $50 to $150. But I'm not sure. It's kind of a ombre effect. It's darker and goes up. So it might be hyacinth, and that'll give me a little bit more. That'll be more toward the $150, I think. That was just I looked up real quick. If it's just a purple, because it's kind of like a lavender or a mauve or something, lower, but it's still a good buy. And then the other thing that I found out about them is that when you look, I don't know if you can see it on here. So it says glassy baby. The reason I don't know what color it is because they put the color on with a sticker, so they don't usually stay. And then they have, so the older ones, I don't know, they started getting made in the 90s or something, I think. Early 2000s. The newer ones have don't just say glassy baby on the bottom. They also have this, it's like a Triskelon or something. It's like a wavy, it's like a 3 spiked wave. I don't know how to else to explain it. You can Google it. They have that mark in the middle. This one doesn't, so it's an older one. So if it's older and they don't make the color anymore and somebody's looking for it, obviously, it's going to be worth a little bit more. But that was cool. I found it in the drinking glasses, not over by the candles. And it was funny because... It does look like
a drinking glass.
Yeah. There was something, a shape, similar votive shape holder near it that I saw first, and I picked it up and I'm like, oh, fake glassy baby. And I put it down and I turned and I was like, ooh. And I had to peel the sticker, of course, because they put it on the bottom. I was like, oh, I found a glassy baby. So that was, the highlight.
Really dislike about at least my Goodwill and probably yours too is they put the sticker over the marking or the any labels on the bottom, right over it. I don't like to sit here and peel it off. I'm sometimes there's I find a mug and I want to see what the mark is on the bottom.
Right.
See her nails,
It's
like Starbucks or whatever, and
it's so annoying. They
yes.
always do it. So then when you go, like, stickers are already pre-peeled off. Nobody had peeled this one off yet. I was the first one to see it. This is like a store. It's called Second Avenue Thrift. They don't have one here. It's in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And they just, I mean, I know Goodwill puts stuff out all day, but not like this. Like, there's like a dozen ladies just, and guys just putting stuff out all day long. I don't know where they get all the stuff from. So people, like, there's like chairs
So
in
it's
there.
just a
Like,
constant
people
flow.
chill, and, like, resellers chill there, and just, it's like the bins. Like, I guess they stay all day. But yeah, so there's constantly something new. Like, you're not missing out. You're always going to
Oh
find
yeah, for
something.
sure.
Yeah. But so that was a bucket list item that I got, and you said it was on yours.
Yes. And then one of my big things, it's kind of like a umbrella like item, like statement for this item, but Lisa Frank stuff. I have
Yeah.
found some before, but little things. But I've been wanting to find like I'm looking right now at like comps. There's like bed sheets, a whole set. There's lunch boxes, hoodies, a plush. There's all kinds of things. I have found a notebook and like an eraser, and then my mom had some little Lisa Frank little notepads that were mine years ago, and she still had them. I sold them. It was like $8 free shipping. They're like little tiny little notepads, but all kinds of stuff. There's like beach towels.
Oh yeah,
Anyways,
everything.
I had so much. I wish I didn't get rid of mine. I had this binder, this Lisa Frank Dalmatian Trapper Keeper. I had this one, and it looks like it sold for $250. But
see, you're making me think of things.
To find it.
You make me think of things while I'm sitting here.
It looks like the more sought after design, because it's all kinds of animals and colorful things.
Right.
It looks like the alien design. It's called Zoomer and Zorbit. There, like, that design goes for a bit more. It looks like the planners and anything like that. There's even a Lisa Frank fanny pack. That's pretty fun.
that's cool.
All kinds of stuff. So yeah, that's one thing I really wish I still had, and that have been able to resell, but anymore I haven't been able to find any of it. If I have, it's the modern stuff. You have to
right.
I used to be part of this I think it was a Lisa Frank Facebook group, and actually on there they had a guide that showed you depending on what the logo looks like is how you can date it.
There's there's a difference between whether her name is capital letters or lowercase.
Yep. And the really early stuff, I guess the logo, the really early stuff, the logo is actually red and white, and it says Lisa Frank. So if you find any of that, I guess it's big money.
Yeah. There was a I don't know whose video it was, but they all, when they went to probably like the 127 or something sale, and like Kevin and whoever else was with him, they all walked past it, and I think her name is MD. I think she's Marilyn Picker, MD Picker. She found like a Lisa Frank sleeping bag that went for big money.
Oh man.
Yeah. And they were like, "Oh, we all walked past it." She didn't. So, yeah.
It's hard to, I don't know, it's hard to pass up because it's colorful. It's got all kinds of color and designs. Weird,
it is. Animals. I think it was, it was rolled up and everything. And if you weren't really you know what I mean? So they didn't, they walked by it, but she noticed it. So yeah.
That'd be exciting to come across.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen anything. I don't even see modern Lisa Frank.
Really?
Out. I don't think I've ever seen it out. Because I mean, I would recognize it, but I mean, I had some Lisa Frank stuff back in the day, but I was kind of I was probably like getting too old, but I always like, notepads and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all the kind of, like, you get these, like, stationary kits. I remember one
I
year for
love those
Christmas.
things.
Yeah, my sister and I, it was like a giant tube of lipstick, and it was actually a coin bank, but inside it had like a planner and like pencils, pens, stickers,
I
notepads.
love that stuff.
Loved it. I was like, oh my gosh, it's just one of those things I really regret letting go of. It looks like I'm scrolling through also. Crocs also came out with Lisa Frank edition Crocs, and those even are selling for over $100.
I bet. Were they like a limited release? Probably don't.
I think so.
Yeah.
And they just have like Lisa Frank print all over them. Some of them have Lisa Frank Croc charms and all kinds of stuff. Oh, there's even a Loungefly Lisa Frank wallet.
Oh, there you go.
$110.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually really cute. It's like holographic, really cute. So yeah, maybe one day I'll come across something, preferably new sealed, because that means big money.
Yeah,
especially for collectors. And what's next on your list?
I have I like glass. I like to send breakable stuff, but I like I'd love to find like Murano. Watch videos and people find different Murano glass at like Goodwill and other thrift stores. And I think I found something once. I think it was, but it was like, it wasn't big money Murano. It was just a little dish with the bubbles, the Bollicante, and it was like yellow, and it had a chip in it, and like Goodwill had jacked the price. I forget. This was a while ago, so I don't remember what it was, but I was like, it was too much to pay for something with a chip, and it wasn't something that was big money Murano. So technically I found it. I just haven't found anything good. But there's stuff that goes for lots. I mean, there's lots of it around. I just don't find a lot of it around here.
I know when I worked at Goodwill, they specifically had us look for Murano glass.
Yeah,
hold it back to put on the website.
Now, I look at the local my Goodwill from here, and I mean I've bought stuff off it because I just go pick it up, so you don't pay shipping. But I've never seen anything that good on there, so I don't know that they're pulling it. I just never found it.
I just know for mine, the local pickup is like a couple hours away, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
I haven't really looked on there because they jack up shipping. So
I wouldn't. No, shipping is like outrageous, and I mean they add a handling fee on everything too, so you have to like add that in there. So they still charge you the handling fee if you go pick something up. So I always like, is this going to be cheap enough, with the handling fee to get it? But I've never. Mine's only a few minutes away, and there's like a pretty good Goodwill store that's near it. It's like the whole center for the Goodwill district, I guess.
Okay,
their whole training center's there. They're shipped from there. Actually, my friend's husband like runs the shipping department, and then they have a little store. But it's not far from me, so I wouldn't drive. I wouldn't drive 2 hours to pick, unless it was like something like, big bucks.
Yeah. The next one I have on my list is a video game, NCAA Football 14 for Xbox 360.
Oh yeah.
I would love to find that one.
I always look through to see if there's any good video games, let alone that one. I'm always looking for that one. Because a lot of sports video games are meh, My husband's like, what is that one? He had like every Madden. I'm like, everybody had every Madden, so nobody pays for them. Exactly. But yeah, that specific one.
And like I've come across other video games that are worth money, like Silent Hill for PS2. That one's worth quite a bit. I think it's Silent Hill 2 is the one I've had. That one alone, I think at the time I sold it for like $90.
Oh wow!
No, I paid $90 for the whole lot, but the game itself paid for the whole lot of stuff that I bought. I know a lot of video games from my childhood. Like if you find like Animal Crossing on GameCube, that one's
especially
if you have the memory card.
Yeah.
I think what
I
else,
don't see a lot. Video games are like few and far between for me around here. Do you find a lot?
At garage sales I do, but people
Yeah.
swipe those pretty
Yeah.
fast.
If you're not the
Goodwill.
first one there, yeah.
Yep. I know last year I came across quite a bit of video games and the year before, but I have to be the first one there because there's a couple people that I compete with for video games around here. So
yeah,
if there's a sale and they do advertise video games, most likely they will be at that sale right when it opens or early bird if they can. So don't find them very much. And if I do, they're all, Madden or all the ones that aren't great games anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm probably not going to pick up video games as much as I used to, just because I pick them up for maybe up to $5 each, and at that point, it's just not worth it anymore.
Right.
Because when I first started doing Whatnot, I just had a hard time just getting rid of them. I got rid of the good ones really fast, but anything else, no.
The only ones I've ever sold are just old ones that we've had. And so they're basic. When I started reselling again, I just went through and grabbed a bunch that, nobody was playing anymore and put them up. I didn't make a lot of money off them, but it was just stuff to get up, Plus it's, I mean, in a sense, free because,
and they're easy to ship.
Yeah. But I don't come across them much. We have an old Atari system in the closet somewhere up here, but that's my husband's. And we haven't tried to hook it up to anything. I'm like, I wonder if it still works.
It should. I mean, I know. I guess not with the Atari, but with the SNES system, sometimes you have to go and like clean out the contact points.
But... Yeah, blowing it.
Yep. Actually, what I just said, I don't pick up video games very much, but I did just recently pick up on Facebook. Someone posted a SNES system with just a bunch of games. I didn't pay attention to those, but they had the Pokemon Game Boy original games, like the little cartridges, like for the Game Boy.
Right.
So I picked those up. It was $2.50 for the whole lot, and I was like, I could sell just the Pokemon games because it was Pokemon Red, Yellow, Blue, Gold, and Silver.
Yeah.
Took them all home, and they didn't all work. They had like the battery issue, because they have soldered in batteries on the board. So I had to get new batteries, replace those, and I got 4 out of 5 of them to work with a working save. The other one works, but it just doesn't save. So I did pick that up, and actually I have the SNES sitting right here in my office because I just still haven't tested it yet. It's just one of these days. So yeah, I'll pick up stuff like that, like if I find a really good deal on Facebook Marketplace, which isn't very often because people know what they have, but this person just... I saw that I could make my money just off the Game Boy games. I could sell the SNES and the cartridges on their own and make all that profit on top. So next one I have is just Pyrex, some of the rare designs like Pink Tulip, the Aqua Atomic Starburst, Gooseberry. There's also the England Hearts, and there was another one that someone had recently mentioned in the Discord, I think, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah, and if you get any of it cheap enough, and it's in good condition, you'll get decent money for it.
Oh yeah.
Even the ones that but like if you can get a set of the bowls for even like the ones that you don't think are as desirable, they'll still sell. I personally have my mom gave them to me after I got married. I have the primary colored bowls and I have the pink gooseberry Cinderella bowls. But I'm not selling them. But they're in terrific condition because my mom never put them in a dishwasher. Do not put your Pyrex in a dishwasher. That's like, I love going into Goodwill and you find like a lone Pyrex bowl and it's just trashed from the dishwasher.
You can tell, yeah.
And it's like it's like the smallest one, and Goodwill wants $10 for it. Like, are you what? There's no color left.
I have found the primary bowls.
Mm-hmm.
But this brings me to a story. I don't know if I told it on the podcast here or not, but I went to Goodwill, and the way they do is they bring out carts, and it's just full of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there. I was looking through a cart, and like it was full. It had like something big on top, so I just looked through the cart like on the side, and I didn't see anything. There's this other lady that also resells, but she's like retired, so I think she just comes in and finds a couple things and resells it. She came in, and then I saw her go back to the cart and dig through. She found Pyrex that was worth like $120 underneath everything. It's the black, and it has like gold stripes. I think it's called like
yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I know what you mean. I can see it.
Oh, it's so upset.
If I'm ambitious this episode, I'll put little pictures of what we're talking about next to us.
Oh, actually, I found it. It's the Pyrex musical staff black and gold space saver. But yeah, I was so upset. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe
you didn't dig enough.
I didn't dig. I should have dug, but
yeah, I like finding any Pyrex, but some people are. So I bought. I think I mentioned this a couple episodes back, but I bought a local auction, like a estate sale auction, and I bought a bunch of milk glass for like $1, and but I was bidding on a lot that had Pyrex, the little refrigerator boxes containers in. They're like have the glass lid, and there was like I would say there was only like 3 in there, and I mean they don't go for that much. And there was a few other things in that lot, but nothing that was going for big money. But it went, I can't remember how much it went for, but it went for like way more than I was willing to pay for those Pyrex dishes. So I don't know if like a collector bought it, or that's the other thing is like, collectors swoop in and find stuff, and they're willing to pay more too.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, because that's who you want to sell it to.
Yeah, there's this Facebook group I'm on, and like this lady has this cabinet. It's just a glass cabinet, and she has a color coordinated Pyrex.
Yeah, I know somebody.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, I know somebody that has that. Yeah, yeah. I would like a cabinet to put mine out because it is nice. I like it. But
it's it'd be nice to display it all.
Yeah. On that note, I also. I always look for, but it's only become popular like in recent years, I guess, again with all like the vintage craze, is the Sears Mary Mushroom stuff.
That's on my list.
I've never seen any of, I'm sure Goodwill would pull it, so I've never seen it out anywhere. The only place I've seen it is there's like an antique like store that sometimes I'll walk through, because there's a couple booths where whoever runs them just throws junk in. They don't really, so sometimes you can find something. But somebody, and I haven't been in a while, so I don't know if they're still there, but they had them out displayed, and taped all around it were the eBay prices.
Oh man.
For like, this is what I'm charging, don't ask, and like signs. I was like, okay, good luck.
Yeah, good luck, I guess. I have found 2 canister sets, but they were mushroom sets, but they weren't Mary Mushroom.
Mary Mushroom, yeah.
Both sets I did sell locally because I was too scared to ship them. I did not have one of them break, because one had 4 and the other one had 3, I think. But the biggest one was huge.
Yeah.
And like that alone would have taken up a cubic foot box, like that. So
yeah, any mushroom stuff will sell. There's also like Pyrex baking like casserole dishes that have mushrooms. They're like they're like kind of like a tan with brown mushrooms on them. So any mushroom right now sells. Yeah, so I'd be happy to find any kind of thing like that with mushrooms on it. But yeah, the Mary Mushroom stuff.
Mushrooms. What was it? I don't know. I always find like random weird like plasterware, just like the Like, it's made from a mold, and it's just a bunch of just random, like, wall hanging type.
Like chalky, like chalkware stuff.
Yeah, chalkware. Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
I find that a lot, so I usually pick up those if I can get it really cheap.
Yeah, that stuff will sell too. If it's not, the good thing about that is if it's not too beat up, it's okay to be a little chipped. So if you find like cool chalkware wall hangings, and even if they have a few chips here and there, they'll still sell if they're cool.
Yep.
Because that stuff just chips, so people are used to it. The people that want it.
Yeah, it seems to be like very crumbly. If you
it is. So people that want it, if it's cool enough, they'll accept. Because it's usually older stuff too, so they'll accept it with a few chips.
Until a big retailer catches on and starts making replicas.
Well, there are sometimes I find some stuff that looks like it, and it's just resin. It's just new. You can tell the difference because chalkware is, even though like some resins are really heavy, chalkware is just it's got that feel to it, like plaster. But yeah.
What's next on your list?
Well, I said Mary Mushroom and I took yours, so
okay.
You go.
My next one is uranium glass, but I have found uranium glass, but I mean like the weird things. Like there's like a measuring cup, like a big one, uranium glass. There's like a lemon juicer one. There's even like, actually I was looking, where did I see this? I saw it somewhere. I think it might have been a YouTube video, but it's actually a hand mixer, but it's connected to a pink depression glass bowl. And that sells for a lot of money. So like something cool like that, but cool uranium glass pieces. Which I have a couple things, but they're just plates or like small little.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have some Fenton pieces that I found. This this custard uranium. But and I have found dishes and stuff. So it's the thing is you got to take, and I'm sure you know this, you take a black light, because some stuff that you're like, it might glow, because, what was I watching? I can't remember. They're like, maybe it glows. Oh, I don't think it glows. Boom, glowed. And it wasn't the right color green. It was more of the olive, the old olive, like, green. Okay. And it glowed. Now, not, you got to check, obviously, because it's not all going to glow. But like I had, and there's also green depression glass that doesn't glow. Because I've had mixing cup with the juicer that was just strict old green depression glass, didn't glow. Still sold for a good amount of money because people still collect it, but it didn't glow. And then you have the blue. You can get blue glass that glows because it has I
think I've seen a pink one too that glows.
Is there a pink?
Maybe it's like an amber instead. Maybe it's that one.
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, I think so. And red, the amberina, that's like red and like looks red and orange. Now I had uranium on there, but to encompass all of it, I would love to find an amberina, the big giant amberina vase. Well, I'd like to find any size one. Swung vase that glows. So the orange parts of them glow because I think it's the cadmium in them. I forget what it is in the blue that glows. But yeah. I don't find... when I first started, I was finding a lot of, uranium stuff here and there. But I've noticed that YouTube, Goodwill's putting it more and more on, I see it online.
Oh yeah, I've found the same plate at Goodwill, uranium glass plate at Goodwill 3 times, and you can't really tell that it's uranium glass. It just has a slight tinge of green, especially when you turn it to the side.
Yeah.
But I always carry a black light pen with me, so I find them instantly. But yeah, there's cool ones out there like salt and pepper shakers. And
Yeah. So always, so check, even if it's like older looking and just you have just, you know, tap the light on it just to double check. Cause I've seen that olive green glow, not all the, you know, not everything of it, but I've seen people have it and it's like, that glows, you know?
Yeah, it's surprising sometimes what you can find. What's next on your list?
I would like to, so, you know, the fairy lamps?
Fairy lamp.
Yeah. They're, I wish I should have brought, I have one. It's clear.
I'll Google it real quick.
Yeah.
Fairy lamp.
They're glass. They're
okay. It's like a canister looking.
Yeah, there's different kinds. Like, so Fenton makes one. So like Fenton has the stuff that's hand painted, and they have ones that are hand painted, and ones that like go. So now like Fenton has become like real popular, and especially like hand painted pieces by certain people because they sign the bottom when they, or the side, wherever, when they hand paint it. So like certain artists people look for of Fenton painting.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I watched, so you ever heard of the Antique Nomad, George? The Antique Nomad?
I might have.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
If you want some cool history lessons, he's awesome. So, and he knows like everything about everything. But he did like, so he does like appraisal shows and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one, and he actually, my microphone is tilting. I'm gonna fix it. He went, so he was at, I don't know if it was an appraisal fair, but he was somewhere, and this woman, she had been a painter in the Fenton factory. So she used to paint. What she does now is she finds old Fenton pieces that are unpainted and paints them, and people buy them from her. I was like, awesome. Genius, But yeah, so Fenton's become like a big, and I find a lot of Fenton. I don't find too much of the hand painted. I have a couple pieces, and yeah, that's harder to find. I think the hand painted stuff now, because people are really into that now.
Oh yeah, so for sure.
But yeah, so there's fairy lamps, there's glass ones, there's uranium ones, and a lot of different companies made them. So Fenton, there's like Indiana glass ones that don't sell for as much. Fenton ones depend on what they are. Viking glass sells some that go for a lot. There's ones that look like owls. They go for pretty much, but I never find any Viking glass around here.
I need to get educated on some of this. There's a lot of glass.
Oh yeah, there's. I'm like the baby knowledge of it, but yeah. So that is on fairy lamps. I always look for them because they
look really cool when I Google it. There's all colors.
Most of them will sell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Another one I have on my list is, where did I put it? Oh, it's kind of glass related, but there's like, those, it's like a rooster nest bowl or chicken nest bowl.
Yeah,
it's like
I just sold one.
They make those, but they also make them with cats instead. So it's a cat on the top.
Yep.
So I want to find one of those. I think that's really
yes.
cute.
I have never actually found a cat one, but I've sold like, every time I see one for cheap, I buy it. So I just sold one. I just sold a green one. It was the hen on the nest, not a cat. But I've seen the cat ones, not in real life, but I've seen them. Yeah, and they're cute.
Yeah, I find them on.
Mm-hmm.
I see them on this Facebook group I'm on. It's called Weird and Wonderful Secondhand Finds That Just to Be Shared. That's actually what I'm scrolling through right now to find my bucket list too, because there's some stuff on here I find. I'm like, oh yeah, I'd love to find that. Some people find some really cool. Like stuff that would be worth some money, but they buy it because they want it, or they just share it.
They just like it, right?
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I would like to find a cat on a nest. Those are cute. But yeah, I've never found one. Find the chickens. If you find them and you get them cheap, they
Yes,
sell.
I've not found any of those. I
They're
think I
not big
noticed
money,
one
but
at a garage sale, but I didn't think anything of it. I was just like,
yeah,
oh.
I mean, they're not super big money unless you get like a unusual color. Like if you get like a blue or like a carnival glass, that the iridescent,
Uh-huh.
those go for more. But they're good. You get it for a couple dollars. I made 30 on the one I sold.
I
So
know some people look for certain colors and sizes too.
hmm yeah.
Hello, Ninja. Ninja's here visiting. Um, what's next on your list?
Though that was me. Fairy lamps.
Oh,
Oh, you went to the cat thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
cat
that's right.
nest bowl, and then yeah.
Well, this kind of goes with the Lisa Frank, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
always and are these the ones I got from you, or are these different ones? I'm always looking for
I think I have
stickers,
butterfly ones.
and personally, just for me because I think my mom threw out my sticker collection, and I'm still bitter about it from the '80s. So I
I've
like
got all kinds.
I like Hallmark. I never find them anywhere. Hallmark stickers from the '80s. Those are the ones I like the best. Oh, I got the shirt tail ones from you too.
Yeah,
Are they?
it was weird because I had just watched a video. I don't know who did it. One of the resellers I watch had talked about stickers.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was like last summer. And then I went out to a sale and I found a um a little just bag just full of stickers.
Yeah.
And so I bought it. It was like $2. And then I
Mm-hmm.
physically went through every single sheet, looked them up, saw if they were worth money. I like
Yeah.
lotted up all the ones that weren't worth anything.
Yeah.
Then I went to a church sale the next week, and then I
You
found like
found
they had
more.
little grab bags of little individual like stickers,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them were the Hallmark ones, so I grabbed
Yeah.
those. But
I like the Hallmark ones. There was a store when we would go to the mall and
mhm.
they would have stuff like, well, this is something else I like to find. Like vintage Hello Kitty stuff. And you sold that big TV.
Yep.
Um but it was called Osaka, and they had all the cool um stickers and pens and stuff from Japan, all the stationery stuff. And we used to get
Mhm.
stickers from there all the time, and they always had like Hello Kitty stuff. So it's that nostalgia that I like. But I like the stickers for myself because I don't know what to do with them. But I'm just like, I might sell them one day. But for now, I like them because it reminds me of my day back in the day. Because we
Speaking of stickers,
buy a pack of that, and then you trade, and it
I used
was
to have
fun.
a big sticker collection, but well,
Hmm.
I still do now, but I actually found this and I got it for Christmas from my mom. It's a book and it's got pages that are kind of like slippery and you can put stickers in it, but you can
Hmm.
still reuse them. You could take them out of the book.
Oh, I need that.
So, yeah, so you can like take it off of the sheet,
Hmm.
initial sheet, and arrange it on this page, and then if you find one you like and you want to use it, you could take it off and use
Oh
it.
wow,
So
that's
it's really
awesome.
nice. Yep. Um But back to the Hello Kitty, yeah, that's one thing I wish I also didn't get rid of because I had a
Hmm.
decent Hello Kitty collection and I
Yeah.
had sold it all off when I was I don't know. I think I like thought I grew out of it and I sold it all, but I really regret selling it. It was like a book, a backpack, and I had like all kinds of stationery and there's like old
Yeah.
Hello Kitty stuff too. So
Hmm.
um yeah.
Yeah, I
Actually I think I
had.
wrote that down. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, old Hello Kitty. I love old
Or
Hello Kitty stuff.
Sanrio, any Sanrio
Sanrio.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. What's the little one
Sells
with the hat on?
little hat. I don't know. I only know Hello Kitty, and I don't know the rest because they all have like strange names, so I
They
don't
all
remember.
do. That's why I can't remember. But I had a lot of stuff that with that character on it. I can't remember what it was.
I
I
know
have
there's
to
that little
type in.
frog. I think it's like called Karopi. I think it is.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a little frog, but that's all I know. What
What
else?
do you have next?
McDonald's ashtray. one of the glass McDonald's ashtrays. I would love to find that. I don't know how much they sell for right now, but I know they're worth something. You never know. I find ashtrays all the time, but McDonald's one, I'm not sure.
That's funny. It's like I actually remember when they had them in the McDonald's.
I know. I've heard that. I think Kevin talked about it, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, that'd be cool to find, I guess." I hold on to it for a little bit and then sell it, but
yeah, people. So there's like an Instagram account. It's like 80 something, but this guy has the most amazing like 80s collection, and I think it's his account. Like he actually has, when like McDonald's burgers and stuff came in like the styrofoam, he has like those, you know what I mean?
Wow.
You know, like the styrofoam
all the
Big
packaging.
Mac. Yes. So I mean, if you ever came across that, I'm sure it would sell, because this guy has it, and he has like everything from the 80s.
Wow.
But yeah, I remember when everybody smoked everywhere. Whew. Terrible. Terrible.
And another one I wanted to find, it'd be fun to find because I would maybe keep it, but I don't know what they're called, but they're these glass colorful lamps that were made. I know my grandma has one, but it's like she has one. It's like a green globe, and it's got like, I think like floral design on it, but it's just like clear glass, but it's colored. But there's all different kinds of colors and shapes, and they like hang on a big chain on the ceiling.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw this lady with a collection on this Weird and Wonderful secondhand finds. She had them like above her bed, all different kinds of colors, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love that.
That sounds very cool.
But I know that those lights alone are really expensive. Did you have anything else? I have a few more things.
Yeah, I have a couple more.
Okay.
I would love to find some old original vintage Star Wars figures. I actually have. I bought like just a box of stuff from somewhere. You know, it was like it wasn't a mystery box, but it was just a miscellaneous box. I don't know if I got it at a garage sale or a estate sale or something. And it had so the X-Wing fighter, the one with the, I don't know. Have you ever seen Star Wars? You're so young.
Nope.
Say,
never seen Star Wars.
so everybody else knows what I'm talking about, who's older. The X-Wing fighter, and I figured it was something newer. Is actually a vintage X-Wing fighter. I took it apart so I could clean it up, and there's a like, you have to like take it all apart to put the battery in it, because it's parts of it light up. But there was a crack in one of the wings. So the wings are like on either side, go like this, and when you push the button, they do that. There's a crack on one on the inside mechanism. And I've tried to glue it a couple times. I have to ask my husband to try and help me. So I haven't sold it. I think it would still sell, because it is still in excellent condition. As long as I can get, it's just where it is. It's hard to get it glued and like, like keep it stationary somehow. So I have to figure out how to do that. And now I don't even remember how much they go for.
Definitely sell, even if you leave it as it is.
It probably would, because I cleaned it up, put a battery in it, still lights up and everything. So, yeah. So, but I would like to find some original. Now, my husband claims that he has all his Star Wars stuff in the attic at his parents' house, but he still hasn't gone up there to get it down, because it's kind of hard. It's like a really old house, and it's hard to get up there. And I think he has to go through like his mom's room in the closet. It's like, but yeah. And supposedly he kept care of it. I said, well, I hope they haven't melted in the temperatures of the attic.
God.
But
well, at least if they're okay, I mean, the value just probably goes up from here the longer it stays there. So
I don't know if he would part with them though. but I want to see them, you know, because he has a lot of stuff. Supposedly, he says he has like we just had, my sisters and I just had figures. We didn't have a lot of the spaceships or anything, but he had like the spaceships and stuff. So, and I would like on the same Star Wars note, there was a Star Wars game, and I don't even know. I guess it was just called Star Wars. It was a board game. Oh, look, and I would love to find that in good condition. But it's from the 70s. We played it so much when we were kids that it was kind of trashed. I'm sure my mom got rid of it.
Yeah, that kind of brings me to another thing I'd like to find, but things I'm not really passionate about action figures or anything like that. But I know that when I was younger and I'd go to my grandma's house, my uncles have like the original Ninja Turtles action figures, and they all have like their little weapons and stuff. Those are super cool.
Those are cool.
I'm not an action figure person.
I wouldn't know, like, some of those ones when these guys are like looking, they're like, oh, this is this. I wouldn't know that. I would know about original Star Wars figures. I mean, I know the modern ones too, but I would know who they were and stuff like that. And I would know, I know who the Ninja Turtles are. You know what I mean? Like, I liked those things, so I like that. But I'm with you. There's no blanket. I'm not action figure girl. Like, I don't know. Most of it, I'm not going to know what it is.
You can make money on it. And like, if it's like, oh, these are valuable, I need to just learn about them real quick and sell them. Yeah,
absolutely. If I was digging in a bin and I saw a whole bunch of things and I snapped a couple pictures and they look like they would do decent and I get them cheap enough, I'll buy them. Like, I like toys too. I like finding toys. So, it's not out of the picture, but it's also not something that, I'm looking for. Like, my Goodwills don't have baggies, but the thrift store that I went, like where I got Glassy Baby, they have baggies, and I'll look through, and they have lots of stuff in there, and I don't know what they are. So. There could be, something big money in there. I'm not, you can't know everything. You can't know everything, and you don't love everything. So there's plenty of stuff out there for everybody.
Yeah, my Goodwill, they put out maybe a little baggie of toys, like a couple. They don't have like a wall of them or anything. It's just a couple of random bags. And actually, one of those bags is where I found like the random little Lisa Frank. Actually, it's a little like party favor kaleidoscope. So just a little tiny one, but it's like one you probably get from like Oriental Trading or something.
Oh yeah,
just like a million of them. It's probably like one of those, but I still sold it for I forgot what it was, like $20.
Wow,
for the little
party
plastic. Favor. Yep,
that's awesome.
What's the next one? There's this one I keep seeing on Facebook. It's just kind of stupid, but it's a little figure. It's a wiener dog, but it's a banana wiener dog. It's like a dog, but it's like the face and everything, and like the body is a banana. If that makes sense.
I've never seen that.
People have found that before. Banana wiener dog. If you just Google banana wiener dog, you'll see what I'm talking about. But it's only worth like $20, but it's super cute. So from a Nesco, I guess, and it's
oh my god,
anthropomorphic. Yeah, it's so cute. I'd probably keep it for a little bit and sell it, but I think it's so cute.
It's
just a weird little knick-knack type of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else?
Trying to think. I'm always just looking for like glass. Oh, swung vases. I found one vase. Yeah. So the ones that look like they're pulled, at the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because they literally swing the glass around to make it, and that's how it. I would like to find. I did find one once. So there was a thrift store that was near me. They just recently closed, but I found a big one there. It's not any like it's purple I kept it because it's really big and I didn't want to ship it. And I only paid a couple dollars for it at that thrift store.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to find more. I don't, there's some people, man, there's just some areas of the country where there's like tons of it and it's just not around here.
I
But I
have
really
seen it
like them.
before, but it was before I started reselling. I thought it was cool, and I was
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm not gonna get it. It's just
Yeah.
it's glass. Like
Yeah.
I don't particularly buy glass, but
Yeah.
yeah, I have seen them here. But ever since then, never saw it again there.
Yeah, that's the only. I think that's the only. No, I have a milk glass one. I have a milk glass Fenton one, and that purple one. Um, but I've never. And I found, and one other thing on the glass front is
Mm-hmm.
I let Empoli glass. It's usually kind of optical the way it's made, so it really like reflects the light and everything. And they make big
Mm-hmm.
brandy snifters and decanters. I did find this big giant decanter, like a genie bottle thing, at
Uh-huh.
church sale for like $1. And I mean, it's huge. And on the way out, so the lady gave me like a big bag to put it in, and I thought I didn't realize. So, and that it's like a tiny little church basement, and there's like all kind of people in there, and I grabbed my stuff, paid, and left because it's not a huge sale, so you're in and out
Mm-hmm.
pretty quickly. So she puts it in a bag. I'm walking outside, and so it's got the stopper that's kind of comes up into the point.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that she didn't take the stopper off and put it in the bag.
Oh
And
no.
it fell and then it fell out of the bag. But it only broke on the stopper part, not
Mm-hmm.
the but I still
Oh.
I didn't resell it because it's so big. And I ship anything breakable. I've shipped big things, but it's really big. Like, it's like
You're
two
probably
feet.
better off finding someone locally.
Yeah. It's like 2 feet tall. So for now, I'm enjoying it. And then, right, someday it might go up locally.
One day.
hmm But luckily, the stopper, it didn't break though. Because a lot of times you find them and there's no stopper, because it fell out, it broke, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's so Empoli glass. That I don't think is Empoli, but it's a cool decanter.
I'd have to look for that too. But I
hmm
think I've seen them sell on like Whatnot. There was one lady
hmm
selling them. They weren't
Yeah.
that big. They're probably about foot
No.
and a half.
Yeah, no.
But
They're in polyglass is all different sizes. This just happened to be the
okay.
giant thing. But you can get small decanters. This just happened to be giant. I saw it and I was
Huge
like,
one.
pluck. $1. Yes, please.
The last two I have is things I have had on my bucket list and I have found. The first one is a rain lamp. I don't know if you've seen those. They're usually like brass colored and they've got like the one I had like a lady in the middle with like
I
some
think
like little plants and like it's you put like mineral
think
water in it.
I think I have heard
Uh-huh.
of this.
This one I found, I went on a trip with my friend to Wisconsin and we were both really like we love thrifting. So we'd find these random little thrift stores, stop on the way there and go in. Well, on the way back, we had found a random flea market just in the middle of nowhere. And I go and like people have these garages pretty much and they open the doors and they let you look. And I look up and there's a rain lamp sitting up there. And I was like, oh, and I told her,
wow.
like, do you know what that is? And she's like, no. So I asked the person and they wanted like 20. And then I was like, walked around and I looked at it. They brought it down and it was broken. Like the bulb on the inside, like the socket thing was broken.
Yeah.
And like the base was like coming off of the other part of the bottom. And I asked if they take 15 and they did. And because I was like, oh, it's broken. I'm not sure if it's going to sell. I almost wanted to keep it, but I ended up selling it still for, I think, 120, even though it was broken.
Wow. Yeah. Somebody will fix that. No problem.
I almost kept it and like painted it, but I thought somebody for that price, I'd rather just let it go to somebody that's maybe also looking for one and can fix it up and like so proper, you know. So that was really fun.
Yeah.
And actually my friend, well, she's a lady I used to work with. She's also part of this Facebook group, and she found a huge rain lamp in the city I used to live in, but it's a big one. This other one I had, maybe it was like, I don't know, maybe like this big round. The one she found was a big one. I think she said for only like $20. I'm like, she resold that, she'd probably get maybe between 200 and 300, I would think, without even looking at pricing, just how big it is, and it's a really cool one. Anyways, that was it. And then the other one I had was a like new in the box Bratz or Monster High doll, and I did find a new in the box Bratz doll a few months ago. I put it in the Discord. I got it for like $2. I sold it for like $150 or something around there. But I would love to find any of that. Any Barbie I find this like new in the box, it just isn't valuable at all. But I know Monster High and Bratz, if it is, it's old.
You remind me, they're not new in the box, but I have a bunch of Monster High that I have to list. Because they'll sell.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I got a big bag of it for $30 on Dave's Whatnot auction.
Yeah.
And it was a bunch of just little random parts, and I made my money back off of like 1.5 things. Like, and I still have some of that stuff just sitting there. It's just little tiny little shoes, little bag, little shirts.
Yeah.
And it's super easy to ship, and a lot of it sold really fast. So
yeah. The stuff with Barbie is not so much the dolls, it's the clothes that you want to look for. The clothes, like vintage Barbie clothes, they can go for a lot. My little sisters had so much 80s Barbie that I guess my parents gave away at some point. Man.
Oh man.
Some of those, not so much the Barbies, but all the outfits and everything. The shoes.
The accessories. Once I did find it was like a little tiny, it's like gold foil looking little purse, little wallet for a Barbie, and it had like a pearl snap closure and actually open. I sold that, just that little thing for $20.
Yeah, see?
Little, like, didn't even the package itself didn't even weigh an ounce. That's how small it was, like, after it was all done.
Those are the kind of things, like, and I haven't been to the bins near me since the other bins near me closed. That's because it was smaller and more chill, but that's the kind of stuff where you look at the bottom for, just grab the little light things. Like, you find Barbie stuff down there, little people.
I found coins. I mean, I got those.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the bins is probably a good spot to find any little doll accessories, because you just
they just fall to the
it
bottom.
all bunches up. Like for at the bins I go to, they seem to dump it out on one side. So even though they bring out new carts, there's still like one side of the bins was just little things. I have found some cool stuff. I'm trying to think, because I know I found something before. I found a cool it's one of those like fancy little pens, but it's like a refillable one. But it's tiny. It's like not even as big as this one. It's like this big. It's tiny. It wasn't really worth anything. I think I still kept it because I thought it was cool. Or no, it was a little mechanical pencil. It's like you twisted it and the lead would come out. But it was only just big enough for the little piece of lead.
Okay.
Or graphite, whatever goes in them.
Yeah, pens and pencils. Those are things that I'll look at. I mean, I wouldn't say they're bucket list, but if if somebody, if you're at a estate sale, like, look in the drawers and look for pens and mechanical pencils, because people like certain brands, and people that like I don't like mechanical pencils. I push too hard. I never used them. I mean, we had them when we were kids, but the lead was always busted on me because I pushed too hard. But people that like mechanical pencils, they like their certain kinds and everything. It
brings me back to school. So I remember with like sitting class, get ready to do an assignment, and you'd hear somebody break their lead.
Yeah.
You just that noise.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I unlocked a memory I forgot I had. That's all that I have for my bucket list.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, it's
but
yeah, and it's always growing. Like I see somebody's get something, and I'm like, "Ooh, I want that," or "Ooh, I wish I could find that."
Especially that, like, for example, the banana wiener dog. Because I saw someone else found it. I'm like, "Ooh, I'd love to find one of those." I think Dave found one, or one of the resellers I watch has found one before.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen one
before. A long time ago, though.
Yeah.
Or it might have been someone that on TikTok or something when I used to be a big like TikTok reseller watcher.
Uh-huh.
Not anymore, but and then comments on our last episode. We still didn't get a response from Joy about the Mr. Clean erasers for pedicures. I'm still really curious. So
oh yeah,
Joy,
I know.
If you hear this, we're still waiting.
Yeah, we're waiting. You know what? I saw. I don't know if it was on. I don't know if it was like a YouTube short or if it was Instagram, but somebody magic eraser sheets. So Mr. Clean magic eraser sheets, and they said they're really good for getting like in like crevices, you know what I mean? Like getting into crevices and stuff, and they last pretty long. I was like, oh, if I see them out, I might grab a pack, But I don't know if they have cheap brand on Amazon, but they had a picture of the Mr. Clean. And I've never seen that. And I forget what they were saying they were cleaning up with it, and it came out really well, but there was like talking about how, you can get in like, in like nooks and crannies or whatever.
I'm trying to think like what that would be good for. Like I was supposed to say like video game controllers, but those are quite small.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of things that would have like a little gap. Maybe in cars, because you have those things like little divots on the center console and stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I think Grandma and Pops Vintage quoted me. They said some days, or they quoted me saying, "Some days leaving the house to other people, I'm just not having it."
Yep.
That made me laugh. ABC Matt said, "As an extrovert, the pandemic was bad for me, but now I can see what introverts struggle with, sometimes to a degree. I think that has to be a factor in mental health." Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. And somebody that goes by Fake McName, which is one of my friends. Oh, my dog is barking. Hopefully that isn't picking up. The struggle can be real sometimes. Thanks for talking about stuff that people don't talk about too often. Another good episode.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Thank you.
One second, I'm checking real quick to see why my dog's barking. Oh, FedEx is here, I guess. Is he waiting at the door for me? Nope. Okay. We got a big box at the door for some reason. Okay. That's all we had as far as feedback, so I guess we'll hear back from Joy. And speaking of Joy, I think she's thinking about coming to I was talking to her and she thought that she maybe wasn't coming to Vegas, but now I think she changed her mind that she is coming.
I know, I want to come. So, yes. I gotta sell this glassy baby for $1 million. Yes.
It's super rare. You gotta put this? Hard to find, rare.
$1,000.
Yeah, pay for the Vegas trip. There's actually another few people I found out that are going. I think Resell to Ride. Her and her girlfriend are coming with. I was talking to them on the Talkies channel on Friday.
Yeah.
That Talkies chat.
Yeah.
I thought someone else said they were coming, but I can't remember. There's so many names. I'm gonna struggle in person with all these people. If I haven't seen their face and their name, I'm gonna. I'm gonna struggle a little bit.
I used to be really good with names when I was younger, and I think the brain space in my head that puts new names to faces got all completely taken up with all the children I taught throughout the years, so I can't remember them anymore. Can't. I'm like, oh, you, yeah.
All right, so, well, that's all I've got. I don't know.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Sorry, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just going to ask, did you sell anything good this week?
Oh, yes, that's the... Let's see. I've had a lot of sales. Actually, right after I get done here, I have 10 things that have to ship out.
That's awesome.
Actually, 8 more. The Graham and Pop's method of marking down your inventory, guys. You're sleeping on it because I've been selling stuff. Scrolling through here. Nothing super big. I've had a few offers on the lot of Pokemon games, but nothing has gone through yet. I'm hoping to get at least 250 for them, but I have them up at 350, I
You
think, or
always
maybe
get
400.
those low ballers in the beginning too.
Oh yeah. Oh, I sold. This is a good one. I had a lot of these were my personal plushes when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Bear in the Big Blue House.
Oh, okay.
It was a plush lot of Bear, Tutter, which is the little blue mouse, and Trilo, which is like the green and blue. I want to say she's like or she, I think it's like a monkey, maybe? I don't know, but I had a lot of 3 of them. $100 plus shipping.
Nice.
Sold within 48 hours. So these
Zero
were mine.
cost
My mom,
of goods.
yep, my mom gave them to me. They were at my mom's house, and she's like, "Oh, here, these were yours." And I had sold Trilo, the blue mouse, before for I want to say like $50. I found one at Goodwill, and I sold that one for quite a bit. I'm scrolling through. I've sold recently. Nothing super huge. Oh, that clay Mexican church that I showed you last time. I sold that. I listed it. It's also sold within 24 hours. 35 plus ship.
Nice. That thing was
and I paid what,
cool
$1 or $2 at Goodwill. But yeah, so if you find those, it's like handmade church. It's got 2 like points or like towers on the sides.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, something about that design, but that's what came up when I searched it on Google Lens. That I guess some reason people are collecting those. Another one I have is my grandma has one of these, and that's why I recognize this, but it's a vintage Tommy. It's like one of those water games. It's like this thing you fill up with water. It's got buttons, and the one my grandma had was like it's got basketball hoops on each side. It's got
had that
basketball. Yeah. So I found one. It's called Fishful. So it's got like a little fisherman, and it's got little plastic fish. I had found that in the box for $2 at this random thrift store an hour away that I talk about all the time because I found so much good stuff there. $30. That was free shipping because someone else had it listed for like 60, and I put it at like 50, and then I slowly was lowering it, and it finally sold.
They were the height of entertainment before video games.
Oh, I love that stuff. I loved it when I was younger.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, nothing huge.
Yeah,
I picked up a couple of Yahtzee deluxe editions at Goodwill for $2 a piece, and I sold one already. It was like the gold dice edition, $40.
Were they new in box or used?
Nope, used.
Nope, used. Cool.
1997 complete. So it had everything. Actually, I think it even had an extra little chip. It like has little chips with it. I've never played Yahtzee, but it had like a little extra chip.
I don't know what the chips are for deluxe, but.
And I have another one. It hasn't sold yet. But you said, did you have any? Or I know you just said
I didn't have anything huge. Just all mine's like bread and butter. I sold that hen on nest for 30, and I sold a bunch of vases for like 20, 15.
I don't have the patience for constant glassware. I cannot.
Isn't it funny? It's like what I'm attracted. You know what I mean? Like that's where I go. I sold a postcard. I have a ton of postcards. I got a list that I got like a lot of somewhere, and I listed a bunch, but I haven't listed the rest. Oh, and I saw. I think I got these for like 50 cents at the thrift store. They were like little football swizzle sticks. I sold those for $8.
I've been wanting to find some of those. Someone who was it? I think it was Kayla, homeschooling picker. She found some that were Playboy.
Oh yeah,
for quite a bit.
If you find vintage ones, they were new in package. They were something new, but somebody bought them for I guess for the Super Bowl. They're just plastic. But if you find like the old vintage ones that are like Playboy's cool, or like you'll find them for like different hotels and stuff.
Okay.
So it's like advertising, and I think some of them can sell, or you can lot them up and probably sell them for decent. But yeah, Playboy probably even more.
Speaking of Playboy, one of my best finds was a huge hot pink and black Playboy blanket I got for $2 at a garage sale. It was like a king size blanket. I sold for $150 on eBay.
Wow.
It wasn't great. It had like I almost wonder if the person that had it smoked at one point, because it had a couple like burn holes in it.
Probably,
but it still sold. It was a bit of a pain to ship, but we did. It sat on my eBay store for quite a while because this was like when I first started out, and it just sat there forever.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, sometimes the higher price items are going to sit for a little bit, till the right buyer comes along. I don't like to, drop the price too much on those things because somebody's going to look for it.
Especially that, because it was like old Playboy. It wasn't new Playboy stuff. So
yeah, exactly.
Anything else you've sold or?
No, nothing good. I still haven't been listing enough, but
I need to get to the listing today.
Kicking me in the butt. I have a bunch of pictures on my phone. Like I'm ready to list, and it's like something after goes back to last week. Something keeps happening, but at least I have a job where I can plan it around all the other events of people in my life who take up my time.
I've been wanting to list that. I put it in the Discord for accountability, in the accountability section. That giant like nativity. I don't even know what it's called. I took a picture. I got it for $75, but it's a 44-piece Bethlehem Village set in the box. I need to take it all out. The guy said it was complete and it was all good.
Yeah.
But I still have it, so I need to get it out and then figure out how I'm going to ship that huge box, because that box is probably like 3 feet by like 2 feet. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's a big box and it's heavy. So
UPS.
probably wrap it in brown paper and. But I would like to sell it for Vegas.
Are the people? Is it like breakable pieces, or what are they made of?
I don't know. I have not opened it, but what I saw was that people were selling the individual pieces for quite a bit, even if I parted it out and I didn't sell it like the huge. But I have the box and I have the packing. I think there's like styrofoam inside, so
that's
I feel like I have to sell it that way.
Easier to ship that way, yeah.
I would love to sell it before Vegas, because that would cover half the plane and hotel cost. But so I'm gonna try to do that today. I'm saying it on here to hold myself accountable, so I can bring it up next week if I didn't do it.
I'm going to get this cleaned up so it's dirty inside. And the only thing is of course the sun isn't out again. I kind of wanted to get a picture of it in sunlight. To get a better picture of the color.
Do you have a little tea light candle? You could probably light it.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that too. Yeah, because I want to put it. I want to go to the Facebook group I found and see if they can tell me what they think the color is first.
I tried looking, but there's so many. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many like lilac purples.
They all look the same after a while. You're like, I've seen this before. Yeah,
especially now that there's an ombre on it, it's like it makes it more difficult.
It's definitely a little more ombre. So I'm hoping it's the hyacinth color, which I think sells for a little bit more, because I think they might not make it anymore. I think that's it's a discontinued color.
I'm curious. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Glassy baby hyacinth.
And this does look brighter when you look at it from but you can see that it's kind of ombre. It gets darker at the bottom.
I see one that looks almost exactly like the one you have. But the thing is, there's other hyacinths that's like, it's more clear on the top. It's
and I don't know if it's like because of the way they took a picture of it. Do you know what I mean? But they're handmade, so they all look a little different too. So I don't know.
True. Okay. Yeah, because I'm looking through the solds now, and there's a few that do look like yours, but as well as they're calling them all hyacinth, but then there's some with the clear at the top instead.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and I don't know. Well, I'll ask those people online, see what they say.
Hopefully around $100.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
You have to keep us updated on that one.
Yeah, I will.
Interesting one to.
Yeah,
it's a really interesting one.
It's like, yeah, I found a glassy baby. Oh, this is a giant pain in the butt to figure out what color it is.
You have to make money, but you have to research it first.
I know. But yeah, so that's it for me.
That's all I've got. If anyone has any discussion questions, I guess questions, comments, if you have.
Yeah. Tell us your bucket list item.
Ideas? Yes, your bucket list items. I would love to know.
Give us a comment with your bucket list item. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Well, you guys will see this on Friday, and we'll see you next Friday. Even though it's Tuesday, so it's like it's a little complicated, but you know.
So,
all right, guys. Bye.
Bye.